Hey, what's up? Look what we got. Smokin with Skruggs here. And we are doing another Skruggs mixing video. You recall a couple videos back, I'll stick it wherever it comes up at, of me doing this with Cabo Wabo, and I wanted to try it with some Teramana, which is Dwayne Johnson's tequila. This is actually pretty good. I've had this excuse me, since my last video, and it's actually really good. The only thing is this, and it's going to be a hard comparison because Cabo Wabo I did the Blanco. This here is Reposado, and this is what I'm going to use with the Teramana. Well, for one thing, it was the only thing I could get at the liquor store, and I like Reposado better than Blanco anyway, and it was not that much higher. And I'll figure out the dollar ratio at the end to see if it's you know, going to be any good for me to try to make my own mezquila. The Wabo, I mean, it was fine, but it was just a little bit harsher, and I got it down to where it was pretty good, but I figured I would just try it with this. Now I'm gonna use the same ratios from the last video, so that it'll be kind of even, and we're just gonna go with that. I'm gonna cut out the milliliter part though, because it's just too much of a hassle to try to get the milliliters down. I'm just gonna do it with the quarter ounce, half ounce, and we'll sum it up from there. Same thing, same glass. Da-da. El Silencio for the smokiness of the mezcal. And we're doing Teramana. So, got my crackers here. We'll do the washing in between. Hopefully this video will be a little bit shorter because I don't have to write everything down. We're just gonna kind of go. We got everything wrote down from the last video, so we're just gonna get right into it. Thanks for watching as always. I really appreciate it. So, I like this. This has a really good smell to it. I really like. And this is good, neat. I like it better than the Wabo. Of course, it is Reposado, so you can't really. It's hard to compare this tasting to the last one, but. You can really smell it. It's a little bit sweeter. Yeah, it's good stuff though. So we're going to start with quarter. 1 quarter. I need to get me a new glass because this glass is getting so hard to read. I'm about worn out. One quarter. This isn't as harsh as the Cabo Wabo, so I'm hoping that I can cut this and it will actually be cheaper. Like I say, this is a little bit more, but I'm hoping that I can maybe get the price down to where it's cheaper than the Wabo anyway. So, like I say, I'm not a real huge fan of the Wabo, so Give this a little stir. I'll put the caps on these because I can smell already the, especially from this, the smokiness from that. Put the caps on these so I can get a true yeah, you can definitely smell that mezcal. Alrighty. Now, if I remember correctly, with that Wabo, I could smell a whole lot of pepper, or I call it harshness, or whatever you want to call it. You'd actually smell the alcohol. I actually don't with this. I mean, it's just a little teeny bit there. You kind of expect that though with tequila, but you definitely get that hint of smoke. It's more of a blend between the two than the Wabo. Let's give it a taste. Not bad. Definitely more earthy. Not really a burn. Definitely can tell got the earth tone notes though. It's not too bad. If I cut it, get it down just a little bit, not really sipping material yet. So let's continue on. I'm gonna wash my glass out, eat me a crack in between. I'll be right back. All right, round two. Half an ounce of El Silencio. Quarter ounce Teramana. Half ounce, quarter ounce. This smells really good. Actually, both of these smell amazing. Can't remember the price on this. I'll have to look that up. This here is like in the $43 range. Yeah. Definitely got that. A little bit more smoke than what I want. bit more smoke than what I want. Let's see what it tastes like. Not as earthy, so I think the earthiness is coming from here. It's not bad. I think I liked it better with the quarter. So let's do this. I didn't do this last time in the other video, but I'm going to do half Teramana quarter. So I'm going to do a quarter El Silencio to a half a Teramana. Be back. All right. Half ounce Teramana. To a quarter ounce El Silencio. Now, my last video, I did not do this between the two. I kept upping the El Silencio. And our final product with the El Silencio was 1.5 to 3/4 of the Wabo. But it seems like we're going a different route with the Teramana. So, quarter ounce, half. Not as smoky at all. I mean, it's a very small hint. Definitely got that earthy dirt. I call it dirt, whatever you want to call it, dirt smell. It's got a little bit more oaky. Now I guess that's from the Reposado. I probably should have done this with Blanco, but like I said, I couldn't get it. I really wanted to do this. Cheers. You know, It's not too bad. I'm not getting hardly any smoke though, hardly any. This is going to make it difficult. Maybe we will have to break this down into milliliters like we did before. Because last time I went with 12, after I did the half and a quarter, and we're going back to the last video, after I did the half and a quarter, I went with 12 milliliters and a quarter, but it just got to be where it was too much to try to figure out the ratio. But the final result was 1 1/2 and 3/4. Of course, the Wabo. When I do this, I mean the Wabo when I'm speaking past tense. And that was pretty good. This is Reposado though. It's really good. There's just no smoke, hardly. I mean, you catch it on the back, just very, very little. That earth tone is still hanging back there though, and not that I don't like that, but I think the Blanco would be better to do this with. Which is probably why Sammy went with Blanco instead of Reposado. And he made this. But I don't like Santo Blanco. I don't like it. Yeah, that kind of dirt kind of stays with you there. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go straight to the final result of the last video, which was 1 1/2 and 3/4 instead of breaking it down into milliliters. Because the final result from that was okay with the Wabo. And you know, I might end up having to go with the Wabo. I mean, you know, it was still cheaper to do it with the Wabo. It would be cheaper to do it with the Teramana. But I might just have to go with the Wabo. So let's see. I'm going to wash my glass out. Get a cracker. Next we're going to go 1/2, 3/4. Alright, so one and a half. To 3/4. Definitely ain't driving nowhere after this. Actually working on my boat this evening. y'all like boat stuff and fishing, not that I catch anything, or cars, car shows, that kind of stuff, you know, racing, you can check out my other channel. It's called Monster Man, MONZSTERMAN. Do a search on that and it's got a picture of like little red bugs or something on it. And click on it, that'll take you to my other channel. Yeah, I had some problems on the lake. Actually, this week has not been good at all, but I'm not going to get into all that. There's a lot of personal things happening, and this is a good day to do this. Alrighty. So this was the final result in the last video that I did of the Skruggs making. I've already got a logo, so when I do the final product, I'll show you all my, between the two. I'm going to come up with something at some point. I may do another video, don't know. If I can get some Blanco with this, I might try this with the Blanco. I just thought the Reposado would be a little bit better, kind of tone it down, give it a little color, and a little bit more, how would I put it, complexity, you know, with the oakiness and that's very pleasing to the nose. It's got that it's got the smoke, very little, almost like the Santo. You can smell just very little earthiness, and that oak's still lingering a little bit, which is kind of cool. I can almost smell it. I never noticed that before. It almost brings out like a caramel or something, kind of a sweetish. Maybe a vanilla-ish. I don't know. It's kind of, it does, it's very pleasing. Ooh. That's good. First, on the tongue, palate, whatever you call it, just kind of opens up. It's really good. You got the smoky. It's not overpowering. You got the earthy, but that's not overpowering. It's a very good mixture. It's got a little bit of burn, not a lot. It's mostly on the lips though. You don't get it down through here, just on the back of the throat and the lips. It's actually pretty good. I like the way this one smells better. I'm not sure. I think the Wabo was a little bit more tamer as far as in the burn. And I mean, you know, you expect some little bit of burn from tequila or pepper or whatever you want to call it. You kind of expect that, and I'm trying to get rid of that. because the Mezquila didn't have that. But it's not bad. It would be good for sipping. I like the way it tastes though. I'm almost thinking one and a half to half, maybe. But that's gonna bump up because I think the pepper is coming from this. I don't believe it's coming from the El Silencio. And like I say, it's not that bad. It would be good in a margarita because you got that oaky and you got the smoky, the oaky smoky going on. And I kind of like that in my margaritas. I kind of like smoky margaritas, and I see a lot of restaurant chains going to that now. There's a couple down in here in my hood that have got that on their menu, smoky margaritas. They've actually gone to mezcal. This actually is not bad at all. I would like to do a side-by-side comparison with the Wabo. I want to say the Wabo was probably a little smoother, even though this is Reposado. But this leaves a dirt taste in your mouth too. Kind of. And that could be from where it's made. I don't know. I'd have to do some research. I don't know where it's. It says it is distilled in handmade copper pot stills. It's from the Highlands. It's a Highland agave. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't know what that is. You know, I'm not a tequila connoisseur like my buddy Don. I call him my buddy. My Don over at Teak Life. You ought to check his YouTube out. Teak Life's pretty cool. TeeQlife. Don Ferd. He's cool. That man knows what he's talking about when it comes to tequila. But, yeah, it's more earthy than the Wabo. And like I say, it's not a bad thing. I do like the oak, and I like the way it tastes. I love the way it smells. It smells really amazing. And the more you drink it, the tamer it gets. So I think what I'll do is, this is actually pretty good. I could deal with this. I like the smell and the taste better from this, even though it's got a little bit more pepper. It's more complex than the Wabo, and that's what I like about it. And $1 for $1, I think this is going to be more. And I'll figure out how much it's going to be, and I'll come come back and let you know when I figure that out. But I think as far as the taste and the complexity of it, I think these two make a better comparison than the Wabo. Though the Wabo was a little bit more, less pepper, less harsh. And I say harsh, I don't mean, you know, like, oh my God, you know, it's not that bad. I think if I had to choose between the two, I would choose this over the Wabo just because of the complexity of the taste and the smell. It just gives it more body than the Wabo. So dollar for dollar, I'll figure it out. Either way, it's got to be less than what Sammy's charging at $70 for a fifth of Mezquila, which is the whole reason I'm doing this. Again, you know, I love you, Sammy. I think you're the greatest singer in the universe, but you come down on that price, buddy. Especially when you're selling it to people that can sell it to you for $45, and you asking $70 for it. I think you're rich enough. I still love you though. So, final. Half, 3/4, good pear, nice complexity, oaky, smoky, a little sweety, vanilla-y, caramel-y, which I hate to use those words with tequila, I really do. I hate to see people, oh, it smells like vanilla or flowers. And tequila is not supposed to taste like vanilla and flowers and caramel. I'm sorry, my opinion, but it is. I like it better than the Wabo. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to sit down and figure out ratio-wise what the cost is to mix this up and compare it to the Wabo. Like I say, complexity-wise, I like this better. And if I was to do this with the, like I say, it's not a fair comparison because Cabo Wabo has their own Reposado. But The Rock's a cool dude, so I like The Rock. I used to watch wrestling back in the day, so that's where we're at. I'm eating me a cracker, and I'll be back with the final results. Thanks for watching, I appreciate it. So, final thoughts. Final thoughts are between the Wabo and the Teramana. I like them both. I like the not so complex of the Blanco. Like I say, it's not a really fair comparison with the Teramana being a Reposado, but I'm glad I did do it with the Reposado because I kind of like the oakiness that the Reposado brings to the table and the earthy tones and that sweetness, that caramel, or whatever you want to call it, vanilla or something. I mean, I hate using those words, but I like that. So between both of them, now if you look at price-wise, the Wabo would run you about $40 a fifth if you were to mix it up this way. The Teramana is about $35. So the Teramana is actually $5 cheaper. So now of course you got to buy 2/5 to get this out because the ratio comes out to about a fifth and a half of El Silencio to a half of a fifth of whatever it is you're going to mix. You know, either the Teramana or the Wabo. But you know what? You can mix what you want. If you want to make your own mezquila, try with your, your own. Of course, there's more out there that have a little bit more smokiness, but I'm really satisfied with the outcome of this. I'm definitely going to make my own because I'm not paying $70 for a fifth from Santo. It's not worth it to me. I'm sorry, Sammy, but I like supporting you. Come see you in concert, but I'm not putting out that kind of money. Not when I could get it a whole lot cheaper online, but because of the way Virginia's laws are with ABC, they won't allow me to buy it online anymore. Though I did find that I can go into the city. Virginia's finally selling Santo Mezquila. I can't go into the city because I live in the boonies. I can't go into the city and get it, but still, even in the city, it's $60. I can make this for $40. Mix it up myself. Done deal. All I need is some empty bottles. Which I can do that. Get me some bottles and make my own labels. Give it to my friends as a gag gift. Skruggs. That's exactly what I'm going to call them. I appreciate y'all watching. I'll put down in the description how I came up with this, all of the calculations or whatever you want to call it of how this works, and try it out. I ain't got nothing better to do. I'm semi-retired now, so I just kind of semi-retired a month ago. Okay, I'm just kind of taking it easy, and I don't make no money doing this. Just enjoy it. I do it for the masses, for all of my subscribers. All of you millions of subscribers that subscribe to my channel. I don't make no money. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, comment, or don't. Appreciate it. Keep on smoking.